Well, you join me today overlooking the stepping stones and the old ruins of Ogmore Castle near Bridgend. This afternoon I'll be walking to the pretty village of Merthyr Mawr with its quaint thatched cottages, and then down the lane to Merthyr Mawr Dunes and the mysterious haunted ruins of Candleston Castle. Apart from the ghost stories and legends, I've already done a few videos about the actual history of these places, and I'll put those links in the description below. But let me tell you about the ghost of Ogmore Castle, the ghost of the White Lady. The ghostly female figure was said to wander the castle grounds. One night she led a man to the old castle tower, and under a heavy stone revealed the castle's hidden treasure, a cauldron of gold. The spirit allowed the man to take half the treasure for himself. However, as time passed, the man got greedy and later returned to take even more gold. This angered the spirit, and as he walked home, the White Lady changed to something more sinister. Her hands became sharp claws and she attacked the man. Although the man survived the attack, he was cursed and was in intense pain at the edge of death, but he couldn't find any rest. He couldn't die until he confessed his greed. So as you walk from Ogmore Castle to the old village of Merthyr Mawr, you have to cross the Ogmore River. Just upstream from here, a few hundred years ago, used to be an inn run by a character called Cap Coch, which simply means red hat in Welsh. Apparently he used to wear a red hat similar to the ones they used to wear in the French Revolution. Well, anyway, many travellers who stayed there never got their destination, and bodies were washed up on the banks of the river and also at the river mouth at Ogmore by Sea. Suspicion fell on Cap Coch, but nothing could be proved. The bodies stopped being washed up, but after his death, the inn fell into disrepair. It was finally demolished, and the people clearing it started to find bones in the cellar of the inn and also in the grounds surrounding the inn, in the fields and the woods. So I wonder how many of those people still lie undiscovered in this area. So I'm now walking into the old village of Merthyr Mawr. Although the buildings here have undergone minor renovations, the general appearance does date back to the original 16th and 17th century. So this is the 19th century parish church of St. Teilos. Although relatively new, it was built on an older medieval site. Well, the reason I've come to this graveyard, which is relatively new, is they've got a collection, some remnants of old headstones and crosses dating back to the 11th and 12th century. Many were found in the grounds themselves, but also in the surrounding area. So this is the Merthyr Mawr stone collection, and the earliest stone in the collection dates from the 5th century. So this is the earliest stone they've got. It's inscribed vertically in Latin, and apparently the part that remains translates to the son of. This is another very old one. I don't know if you can make out the cross. So that cross there, that was carved in the early 12th century. That one is a section of a slab dating back again to the 11th and 12th century. There's a legend about one of these old stone crosses, which I'll talk about when we get to Candleston Castle. So I've now made it to Merthyr Mawr sand dunes. It may seem quiet and wild, but people have occupied this site for thousands of years. Remains have been unearthed dating back all the way to the Stone Age. The most noticeable sight in the area are the ruins of the 14th century manor house known as Candleston Castle. When you visit, you'll really feel the building's ominous presence. Well, one of the legends about Candleston and the surrounding area is of the Goblin Stone. Let me tell you about that. The stone is an old Celtic cross which is said to be haunted by a ghost who forces passers-by to embrace the stone. The hands and feet are then entangled in the intricate carvings of the stone. The story probably comes from the number of stones found in the area, like the remnants we've seen in the churchyard of St. Teilos. Another mystery of Candleston is the lost village. It's thought that a small village once lay near the house, but strangely, the houses and the inhabitants disappeared without a trace. Any settlement or village was probably buried by the shifting sands of the dunes. Or was it something more sinister?